Okay, the recurrent ingestion of dust or other fine airborne particles into the turbine engine can result in erosion, damage to the compressor or turbine section. Which of the following acts as a diffuser in the turbine engine and convert velocity to pressure? Stators convert velocity to pressure. Who establishes the recommended operating time between overhauls of turbine engine used in general aviation? The engine manufacturer. Reduce blade vibration and improve airflow characteristics in gas turbines are brought by shrouded turbine rotor blades. Reduce blade vibration and improve airflow characteristics in the gas turbine is brought by shrouded turbine blades. The air passing through the combustion chamber of the turbine engine is used to support combustion and to cool the engine. The air passing through the combustion chamber of the turbine engine is used to support the combustion and cool the engine. The diffuser section of the jet engine is located between the compressor section and the burner section. Why do some turbine engines have more than one turbine wheel attached to a single shaft? Why? Well, to extract more power from the exhaust gases than the single wheel can absorb. Some turbine engines have more than one turbine wheel on a single shaft in order to extract more power from the exhaust gases than a single turbine wheel can absorb. Between each row of rotating blades in a turbine engine compressor there is row of stationary blades and which act to diffuse the air. These stationary blades are called stators. The stationary blades between each set of rotating blades in the actual flow turbine engine compressor are called stators. What is meant by double entry centrifugal compressor? Well, a compressor with vanes on both sides of the impeller. A compressor with vanes on both sides of the impeller. When starting a turbine engine, a hot start is an indication if the exhaust gas temperature exceeds specified limits. When starting a turbine engine, a hot start is indicated if the exhaust gas temperature exceeds specified limits. A turbine engine compressor which contains vanes on both sides of the impeller is a double entry centrifugal compressor. A turbine engine compressor which contains vanes on both sides of the impeller is a what? Double entry centrifugal compressor. In a dual axial flow compressor, the first stage turbine drives what? An N2 compressor. The first stage turbine in a twin spool turbojet engine drives a high pressure compressor and the N2 compressor. In a dual axial flow compressor, the first stage turbine drives what? N2 compressor. A final rotational speed of a dual axial compressor forward fan engine is the same as the low pressure compressor. The final rotational speed of a dual axial flow. The final rotational speed of a dual axial compressor forward fan engine is the same as a low pressure compressor. The fan is a portion of low pressure compressor of a dual axial flow compressor. The rotor blades in the fan section are long enough that the air they move passes around the outside of the gas generator portion of the engine. An exhaust cone placed aft the turbine in a jet engine will cause the pressure in the first part of the exhaust duct to increase and the velocity to decrease. The exhaust cone of a turbojet engine forms a divergent duct, which increases the pressure of the exciting gases and decreases their velocity. Increase and decrease velocity. The exhaust cone aft the turbine in a jet engine will cause the pressure in the first part of the exhaust duct to increase. Did they say the type? They say exhaust duct, they say convergent, divergent, I don't even know. Let's move on. Let's mark this one. They said the exhaust cone on a turbojet engine forms a divergent duct, which increases pressure of the exiting gases and decreases their velocity. Let's still mark that one. Which of the following is a good indication of malfunctioning fuel nozzle when inspecting exhaust section of an aircraft engine? Which of the following is a good indication of malfunctioning fuel nozzle when inspecting exhaust section of an aircraft turbine engine? Hot spots on the tail cone. Hot spots on tail cone. Generally, when starting a turbine engine, the starter should be disengaged after the engine has reached self-accelerating speed. Generally, when starting a turbine engine, the starter should be disengaged after the engine has reached self-accelerating speeds. A condition known as hot streaking in turbine engine is caused by a condition known as hot streaking in turbine engine is caused by a partially clogged fuel nozzle. Hot streaking is a hot section condition in which the flame penetrates the entire turbine system to the tailpipe. Hot streaking is caused by a partially clogged fuel nozzle, which does not atomize the fuel into the cone-shaped pattern, but rather allows a small fuel stream to flow with sufficient force to cut through the cooling air blanket and impinge directly on the turbine surface. A condition known as hot streaking in turbine engine is caused by partially clogged fuel nozzle. An advantage of centrifugal flow compressor is its high pressure rise per stage. A centrifugal compressor is simply rugged. Centrifugal compressor is simply and rugged, and it can be made at relatively low cost. A centrifugal compressor is simple and rugged, and it can be made at a relatively low cost. The pressure rise, you got to sign. Let's stop this right here. So the answer was an advantage of a centrifugal flow compressor is its high